Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Today I'll be reviewing a game that I played against my 2Q student. It's actually a very good game, so even if you're not as interested in, 5-stone handicap games against Q players, you can definitely learn a lot from this game. But before I get into it, I would like to talk about the 2020 Midwest Open. It is a tournament that I will be not only participating in, but I'm also one of the special guests, and I'll be holding game reviews, as well as many other mini games, maybe like simul's or things like that. So come check it out. It'll be a 2-day tournament. They'll be playing games, a ton of games, and they'll be for state championships as well. So if you're interested, come to this website, ohiogoschool.org. I'll have a link in the description, and you can, check it out. But with that being said, let's get into the game. So yeah, this is my 2Q student. It's not my usual 1Q student that I think all the games so far have been with. So yeah, you'll see a different playing style, and yeah, you'll see that this game, I'll preface this, that this is the best game that my student has played against me, potentially ever. Which, you'll see that. So yeah, let's get into the game. Black kicks and jumps, very standard nowadays, and then protects the corner. So black, this move is saying that black's trying to be conservative, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with this move. The alternative for this move is to black playing here. Now the difference between this move and the move black played in the game is this move, if white ignores, has a really big follow-up. Like, this is super severe. And it's because of R8 being so close to the white group. You can see if white comes on top, black's able to descend, and black's actually threatening to connect on either side. If white comes this way, black's able to connect. If white comes this way, black's able to connect. And it's because the stone is so close. So this move prompts more of a white response. Whether white protects by going here, or something like this, or even this move, right? It's going to prompt a white response in the area. However, where this move is worse than, or the con of this move, I should say, is that it leaves the corner much more open. Like, there's an obvious weak spot here. There's still Aji here. The 3-3 is open, the attachment. So this would be a lot more aggressive. And again, it's either move is fine. Yeah, either move is fine. So this move, you can see, because it's further away from the white group, it's putting less pressure on the white group. So it's not going to force a white response as much. But now the corner is safer. And you can see black's playing a very corner-oriented game. So yeah, so far black's playing well. And again, approaches and kicks, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Can't say this is bad. Now I noticed black was kicking me everywhere, so I jumped into the 3-3. So my handicap game, if it's 4, 5, 6 stones, is to at least get 1 3-3 invasion. Yeah, just so I can get a corner. It's basically the idea. Black blocks and then plays here. We get into a very common variation. Black Hanes, and then Hanes on this side. Atari, black Ataris, and then I connect, and then he connects. So this is a Joseki. There's a variation where white cuts first, and then plays here. Now after this exchange, black really wants to help these stones somehow. In this case, black can actually just Atari, because this ladder, of course, favors black. Now, let's just check. Yeah, so it would run over here. So let's say I play a move like this as like a ladder breaker. The proper way, so this move would be considered a little slow. So the proper way to defend this ladder would be to play this move. You can see that this move protects this ladder, and it's very efficient. So if you can look for these kind of moves, if you can protect a ladder this way, it's much better than just taking the stone off. Now that doesn't mean you can pick any, like, don't play a move like this. right? Because the issue with this is, sure, it protects the ladder for now, but that means a move like this is a ladder breaker again. So by playing this one, you can see even though white can come in, it actually doesn't fix the ladder breaker. So yeah, so black can also choose to do this one, which is threatening a direct net, and it's helping the E18 stone more. But in the game, I just go here. Usually I cut. I actually don't know why I didn't cut. I think I should cut, especially in a handicap game, just to create complications. See, black's completely solid now, so black has nothing to worry about for now. So, this is not a good move. I'll just say that right now. My reasoning for the move is I wanted to play some in the lower right. I didn't want this though. Black could just kick and then split. I did not want this at all. Yeah, it'd be very hard to handle these two stones, or these two groups of stones. And I didn't really see anything else. Like, this didn't feel too great. So, plus, I can tell that my student seems to have learned a lot of variations and knows a lot of joseki. So I just tried throwing them off their, trying to throw them off their guard. But in general, don't play this move. You lose a ton of aji in the corner. So the quote-unquote goal of this move during the game was, if black blocks, I was going to be able to clamp. Yeah, and I don't even think the clamp works, does it? Because black can hane here. But white would be able to get outside thickness this way. Still a big corner for black though. But I would be able to get the first move on this side. Like something like this. So, and this move here is a good exchange, Q5 for R5. Yeah, so the goal was to go here. So in the game, black actually plays a very good move, Honte, and plays here. Yeah, so very good move. Don't recommend this move. I was just trying, having fun. But it's not a recommended move. Peep. Black extends. Black doesn't want to give white any forcing moves here. Now, I don't think this is too bad for black, because when black descends and white extends, does white need to respond? Actually, I don't think so. Tari, white can go here. Oh, but black can go here first, maybe? No, but then white can go there. Yeah, no. Yeah, okay. So then, I was thinking that maybe white needed to respond, but in that case, white doesn't need to respond. So this move's definitely, this is the more, it's the most modern move, even though, you're not actually protecting the cut. The idea is, if white extends, you're not going to keep extending. You're going to play here first. And this move is kind of making Miai connection for the E18 stone. So if white comes down, black's able to connect back, and you can see that J17 is in a very good spot. If white cuts on this side, though, black can then connect. So this would be normal. And I figure that he knows this, because apparently he knows just about as much as I do, according to this game. But so I just play back down on the bottom. Black plays here. I think this is black's first questionable move, because I kind of, how should I say this? Kind of compared to this move, they're very comparable. So the question is, which one is better? So I talked about this move earlier, how it affects the life and death here. Whereas when you play high, it's actually not, there's no connection with this group still. Plus, white can actually just slide and make an even bigger base. So it's not putting as much pressure on this side. Plus, this move actually doesn't protect against, because it's a knight's move, there's a ton of aji with this attachment. Where right now it doesn't work, but black will need to be cautious of it later, which means it leaves behind bad aji. So I think if black wanted to play here, I think just extending here is fine. Again, it kind of prompts a white response here. Other than that, I think black can actually just protect the top somehow. Even though this move feels slow, black definitely has a very comfortable lead here. Like maybe this one. I mean, black could come in and attack even. Again, white played this bad exchange at q5, so black's really solid in the corner. So, yeah. Black's first questionable move for sure. It's hard to see what this move is doing when this move does a lot more. And there's not a lot of point gain either. Remember, to win go, you gotta have more points than your opponent. So now I jump in, attack here. If black had played here, I would be less inclined to do this one, because if black does a splitting attack somehow, whatever, because of this stone here, when black jumps in, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble, because this move at R8 is putting more pressure. And I will admit, it's kind of counterintuitive, because you kind of consider the third line this like the line of territory, and the fourth line the line of influence. But in this case, because the third line has a direct effect on a group, it's actually puts more pressure, even though we think of fourth line, you know, as influence and stuff like that. So yeah. But because of black playing here, and I know I can slide at S8 at any time, I can be a little more aggressive. Black pincers. I think this pincer is actually really good. I was seeing this pincer, but I also knew that it leaves behind this bad Aji, where white's not only threatening the cut here, but also just connecting somehow. So it'd be kind of risky for black. So black just backs off a little bit. Still puts pressure on M17 stone, but it also protects, or it also decreases the Aji of the F17 stone. So jump, R17. So this is, I would say, black's first definite mistake, because this move definitely is safe. You're definitely alive with this move, but you're going to live small. You're going to live very small, and you're going to let white get a base potentially. So the best move to play here is actually at P18. This is the Honte move. It protects against this move because there's no way white can live after you've played P18. Yeah, you can see, even compare like something like this. Right, let's just say something like this happens. Or even white can even pincer here. But just for the sake of argument, let's just say black's alive. So black lives pretty small, white gets gains on both sides. Whereas when you play here, the best white can do is just Hane and Atari, let's say, and do this. You can see black's corner is pretty comfortable and big. So yeah, big difference. So look for this move. If you're going to do this kick and then play high at 16, you need to know P18 as the defense. So we're black and I are 1-1 for mistakes, so I think black's still doing pretty well so far. When black played this move, I'm like, okay, he might actually be 2Q. That's what I was thinking to myself. So I attach. Again, trying to activate Aji at F17 of the F17 stone. And again, black doesn't back down. Does not back down. So then I cut. So this is the first fight of the game. It's the first cut. Stones are in danger. There's lots to think about. So this is a case where both of us make mistakes. So black descends. So turns out this descent is not so good. Reason is white can Atari and then connect here. And sure, black could just give up the 2 stones. It's not that big of a loss. But of course, black would like to save them. So black can Atari and then break through. But black would get squeezed really bad, and white can actually then turn here and rail and cut off the J18 stones. And because of the Liberty shortage here, there's no real way for black to capture these stones here, because black himself, with his dumpling here, does not have a lot of liberties. So this would be bad for black. So instead, black should extend this way. So there's two moves black can play. Black can extend this way. If we do something very similar, black can... Maybe black will... Nah, I think black should just Atari. And black's shape here is much better, and later black can capture here. But for now, black could actually just leave this. Yeah, black's protected here. Black has Aji here. Black would be fine. Black could also consider... Well, actually, no, he can't, can he? Yeah, if white connects this way, can black break through? I think black can actually break through now. Yeah, black can break through. And because the stone's at H17 as opposed to J18, you can see black's connection here is much better. So yeah, so that move would, this coming back is much better for black. Black, I think, can also consider Atari and then coming down or extending up. And this is a very common technique where you Atari down and then extend up. And it kind of gives white a choice. If white goes this way, black would then be able to extend, and this is pretty good for black. So white will probably... So I think white will actually exchange this first. Black will connect, and then maybe white... See, if white goes here, black's able to extend down, which is Sente. And then white gets the small group, and black cuts off these two stones. So white would like to go here. And black immediately can't do this. Yeah, black wouldn't do this immediately because... Actually, black might consider this because white needs to come back anyways, but white connects all the way down. Black can extend down once, though. And if white plays here, black will need to connect, but being able to cut off the stone here is pretty big, and again, white needs to add a stone somehow. So black would get Sente. If white cuts, though, black can extend. And even though this looks kind of not so good for black, because white needs to come back and live at some point, white actually cannot do the final blow of cutting at P16. Like, white needs to come back somehow. Even if white extends up once, I'm pretty sure black can extend. And then play this diagonal. Yeah. So, yeah, white needs to come back, and then black can come back. And then, yeah, so this would be much better for black. So black should either do this one, which is simpler, or this one, which is more complicated but still good for black. But black does this one, and again, white should just Atari this way. But in the game, I just extend up. So this is also a mistake. So both players make mistakes here. Why I don't know why I didn't Atari, but well, Atari, and then fix. So of course I need to play here first, because if black connects, then I'll fix. But if I fix first, and then black goes elsewhere, and then I Atari, black doesn't need to feel like he needs to answer now because I've already fixed my cut here. So this move definitely, you'll see it makes a big difference very soon. Because after this, black splits the bottom. And then I play here. threatening this group and attacking the corner. But black wedges, which is again a very nice move. I need to connect. Now I would like to be able to go here, but again, as I showed, because black I didn't force black to do this before I connected at J13. Black can actually just cut here. So I can't get that move first, and then if I go here, it would probably be maybe a ko. But on this board, white has no ko threats big enough for this ko. So maybe I could save this for later, just like leave this now. Also, I don't think I can connect here. Yeah, I definitely cannot. Maybe actually. I didn't consider this when I was going through the game. No, black definitely needs to protect this over here somehow. I'm not sure about this cut because it reduces the liberty, but I think this is still playable for black. But yeah, in the game I just connected. And then black can ignore again. So I've lost tempo twice on the bottom, and I need to come out now. So this is a very good move to know, is this attachment. And I've talked about this in previous videos. Basically, black cannot cut through because of the weakness in the corner. Right, black has this cut to worry about, and then white can extend. So, yeah, usually you don't want to cut, you just take your cash, like this. Also, I do want to mention that I really wanted to play this move because this Hane felt so good for black. So good, but because it's Gote, I should be fine with black getting that move. So that's probably a questionable move because it doesn't directly threaten either side. Black plays this move. It's a little slack. This move's definitely stronger. It gets black more points. And after white extends up, black's shape here is actually not so good. So that's why you definitely want to extend up here. So go here. And then I finally get my move on the top. Black blocks. And then I play here. This is actually a very good move. Threatening this cut and this Hane at G18. But black says, oh, I'm already alive, so who cares? Yeah. I need to play here now. Black fixes, and then I can make a bamboo joint. And then black jumps. And again, black's making all the rights so far. Black's making better direction of play choices than whites. Yeah. Peep. Peep. And again, black fixes very smartly. If black just connects, white's able to Hane and then Atari, and black wouldn't actually be alive. So this move's very good. Extend down. He extends down with me. Hane, finally get the Hane. Black wedges in. I need to connect. Now here I could have cut and then done something like this, and I think I should have done this because the point game is actually pretty good, and it's Sente. Yeah, I should definitely have done this. In the game I just connect and let black connect, and then I just make my shape, and then black lives by going here. I don't think I had time. Let's see. Do I have time to Atari this is the question. Cut. Hane. Or extend. So maybe this quote-unquote might work. Like I might be able to kill the top, but black's going to get immense thickness and then be able to come back and kill here. Is the issue, I think. Although maybe that's... Yeah, why didn't I Atari? Why did I connect? Black can, of course, ko as well. So it's not like black dies immediately. Does this move actually just kill? No, it doesn't, because black can go here and then extend down. And then Miai between playing this one. Actually, no, that's dead, isn't it? Yeah, I think black. Yeah, I could have killed this. What was I thinking? That's frustrating, but we move on from these mistakes. This just shows that I need to do life and death, more life and death. Like, this move just felt good, right? But I could have killed. So, very lazy reading by me. I think I was too caught up on the left side. Like, even though I might be able to kill, the left side and getting attacked here would be too big still. So, but I didn't get any points from just connecting. So, yeah. So plays here again. A very smart move. Very smart move. And this move is definitely not so good because I need to try to get an advantage in a fight. So I need to do something more proactive. Not only does this move help the left side stones, but it's directly attacking the bottom. When I play here, it's just, sure, it gets me a base, but black's playing too good for, and has too much of a lead for me to just play passively like this. Black peeps, which this is actually, you'll see, is a mistake, because I can Atari here once. Which means if black connects, sure. Well, actually, I wouldn't need to connect. I can just kill. So this peep is a not peep. So black needs to connect, and then I can take, and then he needs to take, otherwise he's dead. So then I get Sente. So black lost Sente. So again, I have a chance to play anywhere I want. And then I dive here. So yeah, I don't know why. It's a big move, but why do I not do something to attack the bottom? Black's playing so solidly. I have not gotten to attack anything. So why do I not want to attack the last chance I have to attack? So again, this move felt good during the game. You know, it's big for points. Black getting this move is huge. But yeah, it's the wrong and guess exactly where black plays. Bam. So black's direction, much better than mine in this game. Much better. His decision making, everything is much better than mine. Because then as opposed to me having an attack, instead, when black jumps, I have two weak groups, or one weak group on the bottom right, one weak group on the bottom left, and another weak group on the left to worry about. So it'll be tricky. So I played a nice move. And again, black's playing too well. Threatening here, so I need to fix. And then this move is questionable. And the reason is because we have, if you look at the E7 stone, the G7 stone, and the G5 stone, it's like a double, it's a big bend. It's a double one space jump, right? When you play this move, you're forcing white to cut at your at each of your one space jumps, which is not good. So whenever you want to play a net like this, because this is technically a net, you want to back off a little bit with a knight's move. And the reason is, if white pushes, notice this net, or this knight's move, still has all its liberties, but it's doing just as much as playing here. Whereas, once white pushes here, you can see this stone here, this black stone, only has 3 liberties, so it's a lot weaker than playing here. So this move is definitely this move is not so good. The black definitely needs to just back off a little bit, just a little bit. You don't lose, you basically lose no points. So I push this way though. Black covers, and then I cut, and then black connects. So black's playing very strongly here. Because now this group is weak, the left side's weak. I have nice shape on the bottom right, but they're just kind of floating inside black's, black shark tank. So I connect. I think black plays here, which I'll get to this move because it's a really good move, of course. But black could have just like done this and swallowed these stones. Like there's nothing white can do. Because white's not alive, white needs to push once more. And now white would need to worry about these stones, and it would just be a disaster, and white would resign and cry, and yeah. So I think black should go after the bigger stones first. Of course, you know, black goes here, and white can go here. Of course, black still wins, but doing this first, definitely, you know, if black's wants to put up a even better fight, this would be the way to do it. Black plays here, which is a really nice move. I would consider just doing this, you know, help the cutting stone. Yeah, playing this way definitely, playing this way is definitely the fancy move, and when he played this move, like I've played games with my student before, and it just did not feel like the same player. Like, did you get a microchip of AI inserted in him? Like this guy, if you look at these moves, this is a 2Q playing these moves. Like, I don't know Don players that would play some of these moves. Like, these are really good moves. Like, again, I'm making more mistakes and more positional judgment errors than he is. So yeah, this move's so good. I didn't see this move. I was like, oh, he might extend up, but he plays double large knights. So I want to cut here, but nothing works locally. There's nothing I can do to capture these stones. So I'm going to leave the Aji of that, and then if I can come back later, then I'll cut. Now, I think I should have cut directly, because after this move, black can actually just extend up, which is threatening cuts here. So I need to come back. If I come back going here, black can actually still cut me. And because black played h19 to live at the top, black has a backdoor connection for these stones here. So it's not like I can really attack these stones either. So I would need to do something like maybe this, and then this, but even this doesn't really work. So it's actually very... Black extending up would actually just probably end the game. Like, even if I do this, this is still like so painful. I need to answer, and then black comes back here, and yeah, I just get Dame here, 5 points here, and I'm still under attack. So in the game, black extends down. So black in the game actually gives white everything white wanted, because extend. Again, black can just extend up, threaten this cut, but black hanes. I jump across. Again, the cut still doesn't quite work, but black wedges. And once black wedged, it was kind of like a... Whew, that was the move I was looking for, because I can Atari once, Atari, and then cut now. And you can see when black extends, because of these moves that I've gotten, black is able to... Or black's not able to... save these stones. Now I do think at this point black should just cut here, like 100%, because there's... Yeah, I'm not sure if white goes this way. You can see white's not able to cut here because this is an Atari, and this would just be disastrous for black. Black takes the entire left side, or disastrous for white. So yeah, black should definitely treat this stone lightly and just cut. So yeah, black gave everything white wanted. So because black can play this move though, what white should do is cut once and then play here. This would definitely be better, because black can't block because white can capture. So black needs to extend back, but white can actually push. And if black blocks, white's then able to just extend out, and white's actually connected. Because of this stone, white stone, black can't push through and cut because this move is an Atari. So white's able to just come back and connect. So yeah, this would definitely have been much better. Much better. than in the game. So again, we have a fight here that both players messed up, and white was able to take an advantage here, which, you know, is expected. I was expecting more of them, you know, since there's a 6-stone difference with a 5-stone game, but, you know, we take what we can. So black gave me what white needed, not what white wanted, what white needed to try to stay in the game. Black Hanes and plays here. So actually white's not alive on the top. So I actually need, this move looks so small, but I actually need this move. Otherwise I will probably die. So black extends, this is a good move. And then connects. And again, I need to play here. I so badly wanted to go here, but even if I can capture the bottom, if black can capture the top, it's way bigger. Way bigger. So I needed to, it's so painful, but I needed to play there, and then black pushes once. And again, I can't let these stones get cut off because they're my potential last eye. So I connect, and then black Hanes. And again, this move is so good, so good. White cannot push through at all because of the Liberty shortage here. White would need to come back, but then black can Atari again. And even if black just fixes, white really doesn't gain much. So again, this I wanted it so bad, but black got it first. I Hane, and black just says, okay, no Aji for you. I need to connect, and then he Hanes. And here I had a choice. So I can either go here, let black cut, but take a little chunk out of the corner, or this one. And I went with this one, but this move is so big, so big. Not only does it destroy my shape, but it gets black a ton of points. So I'm not actually sure which one's better, because after this, black might be able to, yeah, black can push and cut here and cut off that center stone. So yeah, it's definitely a difficult game for white. And then again, black's playing super sharp. But remember way back in the beginning when black played this knife move, I said black needed to watch out for it, and we're about to see it come back. All these moves later, black Hanes, I Hane, and black pushes. Good sequence of moves for black. But I push and cut. Connect. And then I cut here. I think I should just capture this. This is, well, black can do this, or maybe black does that. It's tricky. Maybe I need to play a move like this actually and try to get more, but yeah. You'll see that I cut here, but I actually don't end up getting the stone because black can Hane. And then fix. And I need to cover. Black can't cut because white can Atari. Give up the one stone, but win the semi-eye here. It actually wouldn't be semi-eye, it would be a ko. Like this. But this is actually a very hard ko for black to win. Because white can play this first, I think. Does this move help? I think so. So white actually can reduce black in the corner. So now if black loses a ko, black actually will die on the right side as well. So no way black can do that. So black again plays very well and just Ataris. And I would want to do this so bad, but black can just cut, and yeah, it doesn't look so good. Does this move work actually? Did I misread this? No. Because black has too many liberties. This is a ladder. I can't extend up either because yeah. Sorry, and then catch. So okay, I read that correctly. At least I read something correctly in game. So I peeped instead. But I let black connect here. So sure, I captured the stone at N6, but black was able to save these stones here and take a bigger corner. So yeah, at this point, there's not really much else that happens. If anything, I remember comes up, I'll talk about it. But black kind of just simplifies the game. And oh, here's something I will discuss. Black plays here, but later if white can hane, notice black needs to protect again. And we can see that there's 5 points in this corner. And remember, Go is all about efficiency, so the best move for black to play is here. Because notice, if white does the same thing, S17 not only protects the cut at S16, but also at S18. And notice here, black has 6 points in this corner as opposed to 5. So it's 1 point better. If this game was actually close, it might have mattered. But black just played too well that it just doesn't matter. Connect. Hane. And then extend down. Huge move. And this is also a very good endgame point to talk about, is even though this Hane looks like you're getting more points, because you give white better shape, and it's still Gote, it's not so good. Whereas if you extend down, if we pretend that you still get Gote and white ignores, you can then play further in. You can play there, you can maybe play here, what have you. But when you Hane, notice if white ignores, the best you can ever do is this Hane. That's the best endgame you can ever do, which is not as big as the monkey jump or the one space jump. And if white answers, you still can get a Hane potentially. So yeah, always remember, always look for the descent, especially if the Hane gives your opponent good shape, or if the descent gives you a monkey jump follow up. Always keep that thing in mind. I push through here. This is pretty big. Back pushes, extends down, fills in here. This feels like an AI simplifying the game, because at this point, black actually just has a lead on the board. Black can't Atari here because white can cut on the other side and then Atari these, and then black would be very sad. So again, black's reading very well. Extend down. This move, Atari. And again, this move's very big. If black plays anywhere else, white can actually clamp here and reduce black's territory by a lot. There's nothing black can do to this move. If black tries to descend, white can play this Kosumi. And you can see if black tries to cut, white can cut instead. So yeah, this is a very good move. And as opposed to trying to do this actually still doesn't protect against the clamp, because white can actually just cut directly. And you can see there's no way black can save these 3 stones. So yeah, this is, again, very good move. Hane's big. Connect. There. Hane. Extend down. Again, same thing with over here at E2. Just extend down, because your follow-up later is better. And in this case, it actually is. Needs to fill to make sure I have 2 eyes. And then black plays here. So this move just doesn't work, because white can Atari. But black had the right idea. This move actually does work. And you can see if white tries to cut black off, black can Atari, and then extend. And then capture, I mean. So yeah, black had the right idea. He knew there was something there. He knew something smelled fishy, but he just missed the mark. This move actually just gives white 2 points, I think. And now black finally monkey jumps. Right, attach. This is a very good move. Black pushes through. Black would like to cut, but white can Hane here. And you can see black cannot save these stones here. Yeah, actually, yeah, no, he can't. So he just comes back. I need to protect. And then he protects. Extend down, fill. Shape point. And yeah, we just kind of go into some end game. There's one more point I want to talk about. So here, looks like this move looks like a very small Gote, but actually if I don't get that move, and then all these liberties get filled in, black's actually able to cut here. and then capture. So this move's actually pretty big. It's 1 point Sente for black, I believe. 2 point Sente for black. Because after this move, later, I'll need to protect, so I lose 2 points. So yeah, 2 points Sente for black. And I didn't have any other Sente moves, so I just connected there. Right? No, we do this first. My last Sente, then I do that first, and then I protect. But yeah, we just kind of cruise into endgame, or we just kind of play a few moves, and then at this point, I resigned. There's no way for me to win, and I'm behind by like 10, 11 points on the board. And this is no jab at my student, but it had been years since he had beaten me, and then out of the blue, he doesn't just like eke out a win. He like, it felt like, looking back at the game, it felt like I had no chance. Even like going through the review, it's like, yeah, sure, but maybe this crazy attachment in the bottom right wasn't good, but like, I didn't know. Going back through it, it's like, how could I have won? I don't know. Black played super solidly. So I really want to give props to him for beating me after so long. Like, that's really awesome. It's gonna push me to work harder, actually, because as you can see, he's 2 Qs, so we should play at 6 stones, but we play at 5 stones, and he basically wiped the floor with me. So it's definitely a good reality check that even though I'm a Dom player and I'm playing a Q player, I'm not invincible, you know? And sure, there's handicap, but that's part of the game, you know, we accept it. But so I want to give big props to my 2Q student. And he actually gave me props because he said he's been watching a lot of the videos as well. And I can tell, I can see a lot of applications, which is awesome. It's super awesome. But yeah, black played super solidly here in this game. I had felt like no chance, 0 chance of winning. I had no groups to attack. Black was just super solid. I had to keep making small groups. Yeah, I was on the defensive the whole time. Like, everything you don't want as white in a handicap game happened. So, yeah, I think black understood the win condition in this game very well, and he just stuck with it. He had a game plan. He's going to play territorially, going to take the corners, and then just make sure white doesn't get a big area, and it worked out pretty well. So, yeah, that's it for this game. If you have any questions about this game, please let me know in the comments. Yeah, look forward to the next video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.